Hey everybody, welcome to the Phillip Siddiq Show, Cinequest 2017. Yes, we are on the red carpet. So we hope to bring you all the interviews that you know our show is known for. So we'll see you back in a couple of moments. Hello everyone, welcome to the Phillip Siddiq Show, world premiere, Cinequest 2017, The Sounding. We have with us the writer, director, Catherine Easton, and a good friend of hers.
I'm the producer.
See, I didn't read my, I forget the notes. Okay.
Catherine Eaton, but we're close.
Okay.
Totally close. We're nearly there.
Okay. What was your inspiration for the film? Because there are a lot of quiet moments especially your character, and the cinematography, the drone shots are so beautiful. How did that come about?
Thank you for saying that. I think it's really beautiful too, and I had an amazing, amazing DP and second unit people who did that. So the inspiration for the stories, is that what you're interested in? So that's it. There's a few different stories behind that, but it was originally a play, a one-woman show that I wrote, and it was the same character but a very different story. And I was performing it. I performed it all over. I did it at Carnegie Hall and Lincoln Center and across Ireland. And I was doing it in this crazy storefront glassed-in space on 47th and Lexington in Manhattan. And the sound is piped out onto the street, and everybody who walks by can see the show. And it became a little bit of a cult hit, and the police had to come, and the sidewalks became a fire hazard. And
Popo.
it's true. And the homeless people came and knocked on the window and were like, "We'll get you out." And the pizza delivery guys came, and their pizzas got cold, and stockbrokers were there. And every night this man came in a tuxedo, and I thought he was a caterer, because who wears a tuxedo every day? But he always had a Financial Times newspaper, the peach-colored newspaper, under his arm, so the guys in the back jokingly called him the financier. And after the last night, he waited for me afterwards and said, "I would like to turn your play into a feature film." And he became our main investor. So it was a real Cinderella story.
Great. How did you come? And why did you come?
Wow. How did I come aboard? Well, we're members of a group called Film Fatales, which is a network of female directors. And Catherine and I actually met through that. So we were both in it separately because I direct documentaries occasionally. So she was looking for another producer to come on during post-production. And that's something that I do. So we met and...
Moving out of the shot.
Oh, sorry. So anyway, we met at that point through that network and totally hit it off. And I read the script. She was just about to go into the edit. And I just fell in love with it. And I fell in love with her. I mean, how could you not? She's amazing. So, yeah. And the rest is history.
I mean, as I said, the shots, and then your chemistry with Teddy Sears. How did you guys develop that? Because I'm looking at, there's one scene, a couple of scenes, but one where he's watching you paint. Mm-hmm. And then he says, "How do you paint?" And then he reaches around, you show him how to paint. And I was looking to see, okay, where's that chemistry come from? And it didn't go the way I thought.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
In a good way?
It was a good way. It was a good way.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. I think it's a combination, to be honest. I think some of it is just natural. Some of it is about, you put two people in a room. Like, casting is so much about this, putting two people in a room together and seeing what happens between them. And is it the right magic for those two roles? You know, whether it's that they have to play sisters or whatever it is the base material there? So I think that's a huge part of it. It was about the casting and making that choice that the two of us would work together. We went through a really elaborate casting process for the film, and I had some incredible actors and very patient men who went through that process with me, and Teddy stuck it out and was just a real gift and really generous about it all. So I think that's part of it, and then I think some of it is also just what's in the script and hopefully the actors trusting the script. And in this case, he did. He was really generous and leaned on it and leaned on me as the director and a co-actor, and so in the best possible way. And so I feel that the relationship was born out of that. And then there's also, the post-production process is incredible too, because you get to pick and choose and carve those moments, and you do that through that editing process where you say, how do we want this relationship? How fast do we want it to progress? Where do we need it to go? Do we choose this moment or that moment? And it makes a difference. So.
Yeah, Teddy Sears, he started out and he's like, we're like, what is this man doing? A couple of scenes in the film, like, what is he doing? I'm screaming. I'm like, what are you doing, man? And your grandfather. I remember him from 24. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. He was just great. I mean, I felt the relationship was like, oh my goodness, how did you guys do that without crying?
I did cry a little. I did cry a little. I actually just cried when I saw him tonight because I haven't seen him in a while, and we've become really close. I was very lucky. Harris came on board through an offer. I knew his work, and I knew how gifted he was, and we wanted him for the part, and I really, really wanted him to play that role, and he said yes on the basis of the script. He didn't actually even ask to meet me, which was, to me, I thought an incredible act of trust. And then after having said yes, he said, I'd like to spend some time with you. And we met and hit it off and ended up spending the whole day together that day and went through a rehearsal process for the film. And he was just, I would lay down in traffic for him. He's an incredibly gifted actor who is so generous with himself and was so kind to me as a first-time director. You know, this is a man who's done hundreds of films with the best and most famous directors in the world, and he was so kind and jumped in and collaborated and never complained about that it was real indie filmmaking and a small budget, and he didn't have, you know, all the kind of graces that he deserves and should be given, but that we simply can't afford at this budget level. I can't say enough about him. He's an amazing, amazing actor and man. So,
did you get a chance to sit in as they were acting?
I didn't, unfortunately. I would have absolutely loved to, but it was kind of a nice experience seeing it only from the point of view of the editing. You know, so you can kind of really see the chemistry, and having not really known them that much in person, like I kind of got to fall in love with them and meet them all as we were putting the film together.
Yes.
And the finished product is incredible. It's so beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, the acting is incredible. We've talked about that. And, you know, I think the journey of this film is going to be very exciting to see. This is pretty much the first day of what's going to be, hopefully, you know, a very long and exciting journey. So.
Yeah, I mean, a new appreciation for Shakespeare.
Oh, good.
Now, directing and acting, how do you wear two hats to direct yourself? How do you do that?
It's a funny one because I've never not done it. It's the only way I've experienced directing. So what I tell people is that for me, it actually is a benefit. I found it to be, it's exhausting, but outside of the exhaustion and the fact that there's just never a break, it's actually a real benefit, because one of the challenges as a director, I think, is staying inside the story and in the context of everything that's being asked of you, every lens, every shot, every, you know, what color should these shoes be? How do you stay inside the story and stay at the present moment of the story that's happening now on screen in order to be able to help your actors? And as an actor in the film, you're always inside the story. You never have to work to be inside it. So I found it to be a gift in that way. And then also for me, because I came up as an actor, when I would sit in to act, that was what was natural for me. And the directing was this huge learning curve and adventure and incredibly exciting. And then I'd sit in to act and I could rest a little bit. And then I'd get back up and have to, you know, work with lenses and my amazing DP, David Kruda, and, you know, the big stretch and the learning curve. So it was a gift.
I could talk about acting, directing, everything, but more people want to talk to them. But Cinequest 2017, world premiere, The Sounding. Check it out. I mean, even the quietness of it, even that speaks volumes.
Thank you.
Freaking speechless.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.